Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be making honey-coated cashew nuts, and I love honey-coated cashew nuts primarily because it's one of those few healthy treats that you can just snack on throughout the work week, especially on a busy work day. It really helps. So to start us off, we start with 20 grams of butter, that's about 2 tablespoons, and then add in 50 grams of honey, roughly 3 tablespoons. So we can mix both of them at the same time to have everything melted so that we don't have butter that's too hot when we're bringing in the honey. So that's what I'm doing right now, putting in both the honey and the butter, mixing them together as the butter melts so that we're going to have both of them cook at the same time. Now that the honey and butter have for the most part mixed well, I know there's a little bit of butter still in there that's melting, but this is a good point to bring in your cashew nuts, and that's 600 grams of cashew nuts into the mix. And for this process, the coating process, that's all you need to do. Make sure that all the honey and butter that had already fused in together covers the cashew nuts that you bring in at this point, and give it a couple of swirls and turns to make sure that everything is well covered and layered. And see, this is the final result that we have. Pretty much all the cashew nuts well covered in the mixture of honey and butter. And so on to the next step, where I had already gone ahead and layered the baking tray with parchment paper, where we're going to have all the cashew nuts in. So in this process, pretty much pour out all the cashew nut that you'd already coated onto the parchment paper. So first step is bringing it down to the parchment paper, then going ahead to spread it out. Make sure that you spread it out evenly so that no cashew nut is lying over the other, so that each of them is able to get heat evenly. And do this process until you're happy with the final result of spread, and put it into the oven. Now that we've achieved a near even spread, it's time to put this into the oven. For the oven settings, preheat it at 180 degrees Celsius, and once it's ready, have it in there for 5 minutes to bake. One thing that I have to guide you on for this recipe is checking. Keep checking. Cashew nuts brown rather quick, so it's really important to keep checking them from time to time. And in as much as you're letting them bake for 5 minutes, at the third or fourth minute, I'll just go in and check to make sure that everything is okay. At the 5th minute, go in and turn them a bit so that the side that's facing down can also get a chance to face up so that they don't turn out burnt. And once you do that, leave it in for another 2 minutes, again while checking, and you'll have your final results. Here are mine. And I hope you can see from this, they're pretty much achieving that golden brown color. And that's really what we need for this process. Next, we're going to transfer it back into our cooking pot, where we're going to salt and sugar it so that we add some more flavor into it. So for this, you just pretty much lift up the parchment paper, one of the reasons why we used it to make this process easier, and go in and add some salt and sugar to your taste. For starters, I just advise going in minimal. Again, you can always add, but it's near impossible to subtract. So go in, add some salt, add some sugar, as I'm doing right now, to your taste and to your liking. So once that's done, just go ahead and mix it, give it a couple twirls and turns to make sure that the sugar and salt is well distributed. Again, I know I didn't say this earlier, but you don't need to have the fire on, and just mix it cold. And with that is pretty much the end of the process, and now I'm transferring this into one of my messengers where I'm pretty much going to be picking from it from time to time throughout the week. I made one last week, it's done, and that's why I'm making another one today. I hope you guys get to try this recipe. Please let me know in the comments how it turned out for you, and I'm hoping that you'll get to enjoy this treat throughout the week. And that's it for today's video. Like the video if you found it useful, and subscribe to the channel. Till next time.